All right. Well, I'm the interest rate check-in is not fantastic. Um, it's we're just okay, right? We're slightly off. Um, the highest interest rates we've had in 15 months. It's been a rough month. We had a couple of decent days earlier in the week, but we've got oil down to, I don't know what it's at, 76, 77. So I think it was at 78 and change yesterday when it closed. We have not seen a corresponding relief rally in rates. Rates, got better by about 50 bips, but we're in a bit of a rough spot. Even though there has not been a super hot inflation print, there has not been a super hot jobs print. But it's still driven by Iran. It's still driven by oil. I feel a little bit like I'm on one of those county carnival merry-go-rounds that just goes round and round with the same story. And I think it's going to be that way for a while. The last 2-3 weeks, I think, have been particularly painful. This run-up most recently has pushed interest rates. I think the national average right now is just above 6.8. And, you get to that level and you get your borrowers paying a little bit more discount points, usually to get to like the 6.625. Servicers and mortgage-backed securities buyers have not warmed up to note rates in the sevens. So those, you don't get a lot of juice, if you will, for climbing the rate sheet because nobody thinks those loans are going to be around for more than a couple of years. So, we're kind of in the same spot that we were before. It's all about prospecting. It's all about doing the groundwork. That's how you find the borrowers. Can we go to the next slide, Jen?
Hey,
Yeah,
and
so
Owen, I just want to
yeah,
make
go
one
ahead.
comment. So, by the way, everybody loves the new newsletter that you're helping to send
Oh,
out.
great.
So it's going real well. So I just
Good.
got this morning's, and by the way, if you're not on that yet, it's beyondtheratesheet.com. Beyondtheratesheet.com is what Owen sends me every morning. Uh, but I noticed, in fact, I'm reading it right now because it comes in at 8:30 in the morning, gives me time to prepare for my day and get ready. So it said total mortgage applications are down 2.9%. Well, that means
Yeah,
I
we're going
looked
to
at that
look at
number and I
that.
went, well, wait a minute. That means for every 100, instead of doing 100 loans this month, oh, I don't know, I only did 97. And so the idea that, hey, I normally do 5 or 10, that doesn't write me a ticket. Let's say if I normally do 5, that doesn't give me a free ticket to be okay with 2 this month. That if I'm doing
Correct.
5, I'm likely doing exactly that same amount. If I'm doing 10, I might do half a one less. And so it's not a ticket to go, well, things are down and everybody's down, so it's okay if I'm down. It's only down 2.9%. So it's frankly for the average loan officer, I'm going to say that's imperceptible.
Well, to be fair, it's down on top of being down. So it's down 3. But we're going to look at something in
Okay.
a minute. It's a little bit more down than that. I just wanted to this one slide before we get to the next one, which will speak to what Carl's speaking to. This is the past 12 months in a box. And as you can see, we're at, remember, down on this chart is up on interest rates. This chart is inverse to the mortgage-backed security price. So this represents some of the highest interest rates that we've seen in the past 15 months. So, we're down probably close to 250 basis points in price from where we were on February 1st, which was pretty close to the high water mark of the past 15 months. So, Jen, let's go to the next slide, and we can talk about where Carl's at. So we were down. So if you look at this, this is just the past 2 weeks, right? So I don't, we are swimming upstream. I don't want anybody to get too nervous about this, but we've gone from being up 3% in mid-July to being down 5% in a 2-week period of time. If you can see, I really highlighted in yellow kind of the most pertinent columns here. This is the MBA's weekly mortgage application survey. It comes out every Wednesday morning. So this is some pretty fresh data that we're looking at. So we've definitely seen about a total 8% drop in the overall market in 2 weeks. Just homeowners, potential borrowers getting a little bit more hesitant. We had about 100 basis point run up in rate. So if you're calling somebody who's paying a point on a $400,000 loan, you got to call them and say it's another point. The business is out there, to Carl's point. I don't think a minus 5% over year, if we did 100 loans last year, 95 this year, I agree. It's not a ticket to go from 5 to 2. But it is a window to look in your binoculars and say, hey, I got to keep my prospecting going, right? I'm going to win. I'm going to catch more fish when there's less fish running upstream. Catching less fish is not an option for me. So you got to be smarter about how you fish. You got to be smarter about how you prospect. So, we are seeing some effects of the run up in rate. But we have the ability and the tools to do something about it. So let's just take a look at something that we've done with Carl's team, if we can. Jen, if you want to, what do we do about this, right? So prospecting has never been more important, right? And this is about prospecting that you actually do, not prospecting that we pretend to do, right? Because I think we all have that kind of inertia. Carl talked about it before. We don't want to be this guy, follow up tomorrow is my cardio, working hard on my pipeline eventually. This is the kind of guy who, and let's be honest, in our sales careers, I think we've all had seasons where we've been this guy or this gal, and you can't be this guy right now, right? If you are this guy, then you're going to have a problem. You're going to go from 5 to 2. So the 235 people on this call, plus however many hundreds are streaming, are the antithesis of this. If they were this guy, they probably wouldn't be on this call. But let's take a look at some of the results that we produced with Carl's team, with some of the AI tools that we've been talking about. Right now on his team, this is just from one of the tools, the co-branded 24/7 pre-qual hotline. That's where we advertise a number where somebody can call and talk to an AI bot, see whether or not they can get pre-approved. We've had 953, almost 1,000 inbound referred calls in the past 5 months since this thing went live, and it's ramping up. It's hockey sticking, as a lot of financial analysts would call this. Almost 300 requests from realtors for new lines. So every co-branded relationship has its own line. We're averaging over $5 million of new prospects every business day. So these are people calling up saying, hello, I want to find out if I'm mortgageable. And as we all know, those are the golden calls that we're all looking for, right? This is a person who's called your line, and said, I want to find out if I'm mortgageable. These are people that we would have not had otherwise, or largely would not have had otherwise. So if we want to just advance the slide one, please. This is our AI commission engine, which I think is the best technology in the country for loan officers, because everything is funneled back and through the loan officer. We have some of the best technology. We could talk all day long about that technology. Ours is best in class. but it's the only one where everything is funneled back and through the loan officer. And so 5 of the 6 cylinders are of the AI engine, if you will, are dedicated to prospecting. It is prospecting for you 24/7. It's there to support you. It's not there to replace you. It's there to enhance your efforts. It's not there to replace your efforts, but it is working. And like I said, just that one cylinder producing over 5 million in new prospects every single day. So let's just go to the last slide real quick. Again, if anybody wants to talk about this, Carl and I had over 200 people on a webinar last week and talking about this. It is helping us combat what we talked about in the first 3 slides. It's helping us to win more now, regardless of the fact that the industry is down, because it works all the time. It supplements what your efforts are and grows them. So if anybody would like to see it, you can just go on this QR code. You can pick an appointment time. It'll take you right there. Literally 2 clicks will walk you through it. Or you can go to branchwalkthrough.com. But this is the kind of stuff that we need in this market. Everybody on this call, 231 of us, are winners. Otherwise, we wouldn't start our day this way. This is a great tool to help you win more. And, like I said, I don't think the interest rates and things like that should prevent you from winning. And I don't think that's going to change until the market is convinced that there's a permanent solution to Iran. And then when we decide when there's a permanent solution to Iran, then we've got to wring out all inflationary bump ups that have come through due to higher energy prices for about 6 months now. And that's not going to happen overnight. And I think interest rates could get better, but I don't think we're going to be down in the 5s, at Halloween. So we got to get things that are working in our favor 24/7, because if you don't take care of these tools, if you don't implement tools like this, the guy or the gal standing next to you at a different company will be, and he or she will be winning more than you, and that should not be the case. So there you go.
Hey, thanks for checking out the highlights of today's Loan Officer Breakfast Club live call. Remember, you can join us live every day, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday at breakfastclubzoom.com. If you'd like to see full replays, you can get those by becoming a member over at Mortgage Marketing Animals Next Level. If you want to learn more, go to mmanextlevel.com. And thanks for joining us here at the Loan Officer Breakfast Club website. For that, we'd like to give you a free gift. If you just scroll down to the bottom of the page, we always have a giveaway for you, something really cool. With that, you have a great one. We'll catch you on the live call. See you then.